Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel, and as you can tell from the title of this video, what this video is gonna be, it's going to be a second trimester update because I am actually almost done with my second trimester, going into my third soon. Like, what even? This video is gonna get kind of heavy, but I want to save the heavy stuff for the end of the video and kind of go through some of the more lighthearted stuff first. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some of my personal notes. I have my laptop right here, and just kind of say things that I've noticed about the second trimester, and then I'm going to answer your guys' questions about things you want to know about my second trimester. First things first, we're going to go with the obvious. My hair is pink now. And I know I said in the first video that I wasn't going to be able to dye my hair this entire pregnancy, but I actually talked to my doctor, I want to say a week or two ago, and I was like, look, can I dye my hair? I really want to dye my hair. I read online that it's okay if you dye your hair, and then some places say it's not okay if you dye your hair. So is it okay? And technically, from your second trimester and beyond, once you're out of the first trimester, it's actually okay to dye your hair. He said it's an old wives' tale, not to worry about it. So I dyed my hair back to pink. I don't know if we're gonna go to rainbow, but I did miss having colorful hair, so I'm kind of glad that I did this. Second thing I want to talk about is getting sick. Now, I don't mean morning sickness. This is one thing I did notice, that I got a cough a couple weeks ago, and it would not go away. It just lingered for weeks, and it was weird because it wasn't a full-blown flu or anything, but I just felt like crap and had a cough for weeks. So I did notice that once you get sick when you're pregnant, it is very hard to not be sick because you can't take emergency, you can't take Dayquil, you can't do stuff like that because you're pregnant. You can't take medication and overdo it on vitamins and stuff because that's not good for the baby. Another thing that I've done throughout this pregnancy, or more so my mom, because she's the one who's more prepped for this because my nieces have been here for a little bit, we started kind of prepping the nursery. I have a video clip, but the pack and play is not in it. Pack and play is essentially a crib. So I have a brand new pack and play. That's what the baby's gonna sleep in. And I have bouncers, walkers, a play mat, a whole bunch of clothes, all of that stuff. We're prepping, we're getting ready because it's getting kind of close to the end. My baby shower it's next month. Right now we're in October, as you can tell by the decorations. Next month, November, is when we're going to have the baby shower, so I'm pretty excited about that. Another thing that someone brought up on Twitter in a malicious way, they said have fun with your stretch marks or something. I actually have not gotten a single stretch mark. My belly has grown, but my belly button hasn't popped out yet or anything, and I haven't gotten any marks or lines or anything. I just look like I'm bloated, I ate a bunch of food, so that's good. My mom didn't get any stretch marks, so I'm hoping I just follow in her footsteps and nothing bad happens to me like that. Another thing that I'm going to add in this video right now is we did do a gender reveal, which was around 18 weeks. So for those of you who don't know the gender, you're going to find out now. All right, so this is the big gender reveal. I have no idea what it is. They know what it is. I know. He doesn't know what it is. Doing the reveal in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God!
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
It's a boy. It's a boy.
It's a boy.
I told you. I told you.
Oh my gosh. I was right. I told you.
You have a heart attack?
I'm trying not to cry because that scared me. Your dad got a concussion. I know that like blew my ears out. But everyone else who follows me on Instagram or Twitter, then you probably definitely already saw the gender reveal. When you're pregnant, you definitely don't, even though it might not seem that way from like the pictures I'm taking and stuff, you feel like not confident whatsoever. Like, you know, there's a reason why I'm like doing my makeup and getting dressed up and like all this other stuff, because, you know, you're trying to feel attractive because your body is changing, you're hormonal, you just don't really feel like you look your best. So that's another thing I have noticed about pregnancy. It's very rare that someone is more confident while they're pregnant versus when they're not. So if you are a baby daddy, please make sure to just gas your girl up. Don't do things that would make her feel bad, because we already feel bad enough getting bigger and stuff. It's hard to move on in a breakup situation because you're big. Like, I don't want to meet up with a guy and have him see me like this, not to mention I'm pregnant. Like, the whole thing is just a mess. I do miss going to work a lot. I think about that a lot. Like, I do miss dancing. I do miss pole tricks. That kind of stuff I really miss. And I really feel like, especially since it's the Halloween season, I'm really upset that I haven't been able to go to any haunted houses or any theme parks or anything like that, because I can't ride anything. I can't really do anything. I have to be very careful and aware of my body and stuff. So with that being said, those are just the things that I've noticed myself about pregnancy. So now I'm going to go on to your guys' questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. What is one thing I'm looking forward to the most and one thing I am least looking forward to? I actually got asked this question the other day in person and I really didn't even know how to answer it. I guess one of the things I'm really looking forward to is, what is this baby going to look like? And I know when he first comes out, he's gonna look like an alien, like they always do. They're not cute when they first come out. They're wrinkly and weird and they lose their hair and stuff. And plus the eye color doesn't really settle in for a couple months. So I think once the baby starts looking like a little human, looking like either me or my ex or a combination, I think that's gonna be the coolest part, is just seeing what the baby looks like. Something that I'm least looking forward to is the crying. I'm already currently not getting much sleep due to stress and anxiety from the breakup situation. It's so hard to sleep. Like, I always just have nightmares and wake up in a panic. But it's gonna be even worse when the baby gets here, because I'm gonna be woken up by crying. I'm not looking forward to the diapers. Also, the whole breastfeeding aspect, I'm really not looking forward to that either. I know people say it's like a magical part of pregnancy, but I really don't want to do it. But I feel like if I don't, I've been to enough parenting classes at this point where they are like, it's gonna mess up your kid if you don't. Like, there's all these health benefits and things, and it's cheap and blah blah blah, that if you don't and you formula feed your kid, it could give him digestional issues the rest of his life and all kinds of stuff. What was it like the first time you felt the baby move? I didn't notice any type of movement at all until around 20 weeks. I did notice kind of a weird butterfly anxious feeling in my stomach sometimes, for no reason, and kind of a bug crawling under your skin, hair tickling you or something, or a feather tickling you is kind of what it felt like. But then from 22 weeks and beyond, he's punching. When I lay down at night and I'm about to go to bed, I can feel the baby punching me from the inside. I can feel it moving around, it's boom boom, I can straight feel that. I don't know if it's his legs, I don't know if it's his hands, I don't know if it's his head, I don't know if he's hiccuping in there, but you can definitely feel the baby jolting around now, and it's weird. You can look at your stomach and it's just your whole stomach moves. So honestly, that's one of the coolest things so far. Didn't really get to talk about that in the first trimester update, but now I'm talking about it and I'm saying the baby moving around is probably one of the coolest things, because sometimes when you feel is he okay in there, is everything all right, and then all of a sudden you feel the baby move, it's okay, he's good. He's living his life in there. Have you thought of any names? Actually, me and the baby daddy, I say that with quotations because he's not really daddy. He's, I said in the last video, more of a sperm donor because he's had nothing to do with this pregnancy. We agreed on a name. I'm gonna keep that name, even though he keeps leaking it in his Instagram story, and I'd really prefer if he'd stop. Yeah, we thought of a really cool, unique name. I've told a few of my close friends and my family. All those people know what the name is going to be. I haven't announced anything to the internet yet because I plan on making a name hint video and a name reveal video closer to the end of the pregnancy. I've noticed other YouTubers have done it where they do like a cool video where you like try to guess the name, and then another video like a week later where you reveal the name. Was your second trimester easy for you? I'm about to start my second and the first has been rough. All right, girl, I will tell you this. The first is rough. People said your morning sickness usually ends at around 12 weeks, but for me, it lasted until about 16. Luckily, I only threw up twice, but I did feel like I was gonna throw up every day, all the time. So it is a very horrible feeling. I understand that. Your first trimester, you're tired, your skin is broken out. Like my skin is totally clear now. Like in my first video, I was like, my skin's broken out. And now I'm like, bitch, this skin looks good. Like you actually start glowing. That's like true. But then again, I switched my face cleanser up, so maybe that had something to do with it. But yeah, the first trimester is horrible. When I was going through the first trimester, I literally was like, I'm never doing this again. This is it. This is my token kid. I'm never doing this again. But now that I'm in the second, I'm like, yeah, I could do this again. I could maybe have 2 more. I want to have 2 more. We'll see what happens with my life. When do you start your third trimester? Currently, I'm at 24 weeks. So a lot of people say sometimes the third trimester starts at 24, and some people say the third trimester starts at 28. So I'm like right in between now. By the time this video comes out, I'm probably going to be around 25. Any week now, I'm well into the third trimester. Once you hit the 28th week mark, you can't travel anymore. You can't, like, you're in the risky zone where like you could go into labor a little early, but try not to. So once I'm in the third trimester, that's when the things really need to start happening. That's when the baby shower needs to happen, the maternity shots need to happen, all the prepping needs to happen. Like, that's when you start doing your nesting mode. How was the morning sickness and what did you do to combat it? I know I just kind of touched on this subject a little, but for me, it was not as bad as other people, but it was still life debilitating. Like, I don't know how people go to a job or do anything like that. Even though I only threw up twice, like I still just felt like crap 24/7. What I did to combat it, some people gave me advice that didn't really work or help. So everyone's body is different. But for me, ginger ale and Sprite, I just had to drink it every day. That really helped. Also saltine crackers really helped. I bought these C-bands bracelets that go around your wrist for like sea travel and motion sickness. They kind of helped, but then kind of stopped after a while, so I wouldn't really suggest them. They're all right. Things like ginger candy, ginger mints, ginger gum, none of that worked for me. Another thing I did realize was pressure points. When I would feel like I was going to throw up, I'd go in the bathroom and press my pressure point in my hand really hard and just like try to breathe through it. And that would sometimes help, but I noticed certain things did trigger the morning sickness, like taking hot showers. If I got too hot, like which is kind of hard in Arizona to not get, but I noticed getting overheated really triggered it. And certain conversations about certain things that were just nasty to me, I would have to leave the room. Certain foods, like even a couple weeks ago, I drank a whole bunch of pomegranate juice and I literally felt like I was going to throw up. Same with flaming Cheetos. So certain foods, even now, can't do it. They make me sick. I used to love vegetarian chicken nuggets, and to this day, I can't eat them. I used to eat them all the time before I was pregnant, and now I just can't do it. They gross me out. So some things will still trigger you throughout the whole pregnancy, but you just gotta stay away from them, I guess. Are you having any real life worries about being a new mother? Yes, very much so. I would say the top of the list of the worries is number 1 being financial. I've been ewe-nowing and I'm probably going to start postmating again as soon as possible. Like I said, I really wish I could get back to the club and start working again. I just don't know if that's possible or anything like that, which really sucks. Can't do that when I'm pregnant, obviously. That would be like an after I'm pregnant. I, at this point, do not want child support. I know that would help out substantially. I mean, I looked up the laws in each state, and like the minimum that people can pay out for child support, that's if they prove they're just broke. is about like somewhere around $400 a month. So even if he can somehow prove the minimum, I'm still getting $400 a month from the guy. But to me, that's not worth it. Like, it's not. Like, having to deal with him and his new girlfriend and all of that is not worth the $400 to me. I will take a hit. So that's one of my worries. And another like segue into another worry is the baby daddy situation. I really don't like the guy at this point. I don't trust him. I don't trust his girlfriend at all. Like, I think she's pure garbage. And that's not even like out of jealousy. Like, after just going through her social media and seeing the kind of crap that she tweets, like, openly, like jokes about roofies, like getting roofied, like, it's just not healthy or funny, and it's not someone that I would personally ever want babysitting my kid. That's a huge worry of mine, and it's something that I will definitely fight in court if I have to make sure that if the baby daddy does want to be involved, that he gets monitored visitation, meaning like I have to be around and she isn't. You know, I don't care if you see the kid and we go to a park or go out to lunch or something, but like, I don't trust my kid alone around these people at all. I don't. So that is a huge worry of mine. Really sucks going through your pregnancy brokenhearted, scared what the baby daddy and his girlfriend are gonna do. It's just, you should be happy about the moment that you and your significant other are gonna spend together, and that's just not in the cards for me. So it sucks. What things are you looking forward to the most about being a mom? I'm really excited to show him stuff. I'm excited to show him music. I'm excited to teach him how to talk. I'm excited to show him different places around the US, like, and make memories with him. Like, because the thing is, babies grow up so fast. They're only a baby for so long, and then they become a kid, and they're a kid for a long time, and then they become a teenager, and then they're an adult, and there is nothing beyond adult. I just want to like really cherish the moments where I can like sleep in a bed with him, and like he's actually cuddly and wants to be around me. Like, those are the things that are like I'm looking forward to. This is a weird one, but I'm gonna answer it anyways. Will you donate the placenta for science purposes or not? It literally says or not. Because I got a bunch of pamphlets from the doctor's office about stem cell research and stuff and saving stem cells. I guess they can save cells from the placenta. And if your baby ever has like something seriously wrong, they can use those stem cells to fix them. But that costs money, freezing stem cells and freezing part of your placenta and stuff like that, which I don't have. So we're gonna have to count that one out. And if for some reason I do have the option to sell the placenta for money or whatever they do, I know sometimes hospitals do that, sure, I will sign off on it, like whatever. But I'm definitely not going to keep it. I know some people, this is the grossest thing I've ever heard, have kept their placenta and turned it into a teddy bear, because if you like dry it out, it becomes like leather, which is so gross. I don't even want to see the placenta. Do you plan to have another child in the future, or will you just have one? I really don't want to just have one. I really do want to try to have 3. If I'm a single mom, that's going to be hard to handle 3. So I think worst case scenario, I will get a sperm bank donor and try for another one in a couple years. And that's if I don't have a boyfriend or anything going on for me in the next couple years. Then I will sperm bank another one. That was kind of my original plan anyways. If I didn't get a boyfriend, like I've been talking about this since I was like 25 for the past like 4 years. So I was like, if something doesn't happen by the time I'm 30, I'm going to a sperm bank. And something did happen at the age of 29, so go me. But if for some reason I don't find a significant other, I don't want my kid to be an only child. So I am willing to try for another one. But preferably I would like to bust out 3 before the age of like 37 or something, which that's going to be like back to back to back on pregnancies. I'm going to be pregnant like a lot in the next decade. This is a question that I get asked all the time, and I can't seem to figure out why. Why does everyone want to know the answer to this question? What is the weirdest craving you've had? I got asked this like 10 times during the first trimester, and I got asked this like a few times during the second trimester. I don't crave anything weird. I don't know where that myth came from. I just eat normal food. You know, if I want a sandwich, I just eat a sandwich, or like a burger, like the same, you know, if you wake up and you're like, I want Mexican food today, like it's the same thing. Like I don't crave anything strange at all. Like, I just eat like a normal person. For a while there, I really did like ramen noodles, but I think it's just maybe the sodium like calmed my stomach when it came to nausea. Like, don't ask me that in the third trimester. I don't crave anything. I guess I'm a normal pregnant person. So now I'm going to get into the more serious, heavy stuff that I did try to cover up in my last video because I didn't want anyone to get mad at me, because, you know, I tried so many things to keep this person in my life. There was no keeping this person in my life. Like, this person did not ever love me, you know, and this was just a horrible accident to him. It's really sad because a lot of his friends and family are just like, she should have just aborted it, had to quit her job and do all this stuff, why didn't she just get rid of it? And it's like, I'm 29 years old. Like, honey, sweeties, you only have so much time in your life to get this stuff done if this is what you want to do. And I didn't force this person down and make them have sex with me. Like, clearly we were in a relationship, like living together. We never wore condom, not even from day one. He always just like did the thing inside of me, and we just hoped for the best. There's like rarely pull out moments. So what do you expect to happen? Like, I don't understand his friends and family blaming me for this. This was a decision on two people's parts, and yeah, so that's not really where I'm trying to get with this. I don't know if a lot of you guys noticed, for the past like 2 years of my life, I was definitely very focused on looking good, doing my makeup, getting like thirst trappy stories and pictures and stuff. I did that because I thought that's what the baby daddy liked. I thought if I didn't do my makeup for 3 hours every day, or dress a certain way, or do this, like, he would lose interest. He wouldn't want to be with me. That's not love. Like, you shouldn't have to be scared constantly if you're good enough for the person, if you look good enough. Like, and it sucks because he sent me a text message like recently, like, you took forever to get ready and it was so annoying and you're so fussy and other girls don't do that. It's like, I focused so much on my appearance because I was always so self-conscious about my appearance. That's another crappy thing about the pregnancy, is like, me getting big and him leaving me is like just another hit on my self-esteem, to be like, you know, it's because I don't have the body anymore. It's because he doesn't find me attractive anymore. I can't take pictures in like little to no clothing, so that's why he doesn't like me. And I could say like, what if over and over again, and that's not going to change, because the truth is he never did like me. He always had eyes for someone else, and I don't know why I was strung along for so long, but that's just a segue into these next questions. I got asked this twice, so let me read them. Who's the baby daddy? And where's the guy that knocked you up? He has a new girlfriend. I know what you guys are thinking. What the You just saw me on my stories like laughing and hanging out with this guy a couple weeks ago, and that's the truth. And I had to explain this to a lot of people, and I looked like Boo Boo the Fool. There's so many times where I tried to work it out, and I tried to be like, okay, even though we fought, even though this was bad, even though this happened, we can work it out. Like, we're gonna have a baby together, we can live together, we can figure this out. Like I said before, there was no figuring out. Like, if you're constantly chasing someone who is not attracted to you, there's nothing you can do. There's this girl that he followed on Instagram. There's a lot of girls he follows on Instagram, and throughout our whole relationship, I was always, like I said, feeling very insecure and not good enough. And I was always like, oh, well, if he likes that and that kind of girl, I should look like that, or I should be like that, and I should, you know, get his attention so he's not looking at these other girls. And there's one in particular that he talked about for months, to the point where I even confronted him and was like, this makes me very uncomfortable. Do you like this girl? Like, you're constantly talking about her fashion, and you're constantly talking about how much clout she has and stuff for like her fashion. And I got gaslighted like a mofo. I was told I'm crazy. I was told I'm insecure and that I need to relax and all this stuff. But in the end, I wasn't crazy and I wasn't insecure. He really did have feelings for this girl, and he literally posted recently on his social media like, I've seeked you out because you're the one I want, or something. Like, I'm so in love, I'm on cloud 9. why did you keep bringing me back? Why did you keep crying on your knees on the floor, telling me to come live with you and stuff, when you really wanted this other girl? Like, it's a very malicious thing to do to someone. He should have just went with her a long time ago if this is like your soulmate that you really wanted, instead of getting me pregnant and stringing me along. It definitely hurts to not only be compared to someone and be insecure when you're not pregnant, but then when you are pregnant, have the person completely leave you, have the person be on cloud nine, have the person be so happy and in love with someone that isn't you, that you were worried about for months. And it's humiliating. It's humiliating that I tried to cover it up. I tried to say on broadcast that we were working things out, he's helping me, like all kinds of stuff, when really, like, he hasn't really helped me. He's spent more money on this girl in like a week than he has on me, like the entire pregnancy. I've been told that I'm trash. I've been told that we have nothing in common. I've been told that I don't fit his aesthetic. I'm not good enough. That's why he doesn't want to talk to me anymore or be with me or anything like that. It sucks. And another thing that I found out recently is that this girl actually has herpes. Like, I really didn't want to have to say this in the video, and I know I've said it, like, I've made so many jokes about it in my stories and on my broadcast.
She looks sick, like she has something. She does. It's herpes. Herpes is incurable.
Considering I tried to warn this guy, and I tried to tell him I'm blocked on everything, so like anytime I ever try to contact him regarding like where I want to live in a couple months or what was going to happen, like I was trying to figure out with him, should I go back to California? Should I move to Florida? Like, there's two options here that are weighing out, and him getting with this girl was the hammer on the head to decide that I'm not going back to California. Like, I thought there was the chance of a co-parent, like I could live somewhere and he could live there, and then like I could work and he could watch the kid. And that was a fantasy that was never going to happen, because he already had a plan in his head weeks before going to this festival and meeting this girl that he was going to get his dream girl, and it wasn't me. But yeah, I found out through a couple sources that she actually has herpes, and I tried to warn him, like, don't do this, you're gonna, like, it's incurable, it's for life. It's for life, dude. Like, this isn't like gonorrhea or something that you can just like take some medication, it goes away. Like, you're gonna have a burning, scabby, dripping situation the rest of your life. And if things don't work out with this girl, which they probably won't, because it's unhealthy to jump in and out of relationships. You need to heal from one relationship before taking on another. And just a little side note, even if you hook up with someone who is wearing a condom, or the person is taking Valtrex or some sort of medication, they're still infected. They're still a carrier. Even if there's no visible signs of things, it's still in their bloodstream for life. It usually takes about 2 to 20 days for you to start noticing a fever and scabs and stuff, and it's very scary. For anyone who's watching this right now, like, please take your sexual health seriously, and don't sleep with people who have STDs. Like, even if they tell you, oh, it'll be fine, you won't catch anything, you probably will. Don't put your mouth on their places where they have it, don't make out with them, don't swap spit with them. You need to look out for yourself. In 10 years from now, Instagram might not even be in existence. Think about MySpace. I was super famous on not super, but I had like thousands, like tens of thousands of followers, and where are they now? Nowhere. Like, I looked super cool and had like all the little pictures with the peace signs and where is that now? Nowhere. Like, fashion comes and goes. Think about clothes you were wearing 2 years ago. Do you wear them still? No. All these things change constantly, but your health or a child, that is for life, and you need to take it very seriously. You're never going to be able to have a good relationship with anyone ever again unless you're just not telling them and you're spreading this virus around, which is very unfair. And you know, I cared about this person, so I really wanted to help him, but he didn't want to listen. Like, to him, like, internet clout and a certain type of fashion and aesthetic is more important than your health. It really makes me scared for him. It really does. But I guess a lot of people have been like, that's karma, haha, that's karma. Like, he left you and now he has herpes and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, it's funny, it's fun to laugh about, but it's like, I genuinely cared about this person. And now there is no chance of anything because I don't want that. I didn't want to have sex with someone at a music festival. Like, what the like, I didn't spend hundreds of dollars to fly someone out to get herpes. Like, I didn't sign up for that. So now I am in a position where no matter how much I love or care about this person or wanted to have a co-parenting situation, I have to deal with a virus that him and his girlfriend have they could spread to my kid. And I did my research, and a newborn getting herpes is deadly. Like, you get a fever when you get herpes. A small child getting herpes can be deadly and really messed up to do to your kid for life. If you kiss on him or you put your hands up her vagina and touch the kid or something, like, you can't do that. That's a complete health hazard, and it's scary. And I'm not putting my body at risk, and that really has opened my eyes. I mean, I've never been like a very promiscuous person, like, as anyone has known from my broadcasts and stuff, that I don't have like sex with random people. And now I'm at a point where, because of his bad decision, I'm paranoid. Like, anybody I meet at this point, I'm going to take them to a clinic or take them to a Planned Parenthood and be like, can you please prove to me that you don't have anything? For my health, because if you have herpes, I also read online that you will most likely miscarry because your body can't make a baby if it's full of this virus, and you can't have a baby come out of your crotch if you have herpes. Like, it's a death wish. And now that I know it's out there and it's easy to catch, like, I've always known from like sex ed and stuff, but this really made me paranoid. I'm glad that I know I'm a clean person, but you know, someone I cared about now is ruined for life. So that's really sad, and I fear for him. I really do. How do you cope with hard situations such as the recent events you've talked about? Having to deal with heartbreak, having to deal with my cat, Mr. Tigger. He has cancer, and the doctor said he only has a couple months to live. These are all really heavy things. Like, losing the love of your life when you're completely in a good state is hard because you don't want to eat. It's hard to sleep. And it's like, I'm going through all of this while pregnant. And it's like, I have to wake up and force myself to eat. I have to force myself to do things that I normally wouldn't do in the process of a breakup, because I have another human life that if I don't eat, the kid's not going to develop. If I don't sleep or drink water or try to take care of myself, I'm f***ing up a human life. And it's very scary. And this stuff with the cat, like, show them your face. Like, you know, his face is completely swollen, and I've taken him to the doctor a couple times, which I will give credit to the baby daddy. That is the only thing he's helped me with during this process. He gave me money so I could take him to the vet. You know, there's only so much they can do. They can't remove a chunk of his face if it's cancer on his face. So coping with these situations is not easy, and I wish I could give you guys better advice. I know this is going to sound really cheesy, but like, praying, whoever you believe in or what you believe in, it's nice to be like, you know, help me out. Like, this can't be the end, you know? Especially like if I wasn't pregnant, I would be probably very depressed. I wouldn't really know how to go on. But at this point, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm going on because I have a baby and he needs me. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm going on. I watch YouTube videos. There's a lot of girls out there who have gone through similar situations. And I just read like comment after comment on this one video of this lady who just was kind of like, you know, if a baby daddy leaves you for another girl while you're pregnant, isn't worth anything. Like, this should be a moment in a life where people are proud to be a part of. And if the guy is seeking out other girls, and I've had some people tell me like, oh, that happened to me and he came back once the kid was out, it's like, I don't want that. I don't want herpes. Just, I would say, try to keep busy, going on YouNow, taking selfies, making YouTube videos. Like, you know, I hope that this situation that I've gone through, other people can like, I don't want people to relate to this, for God's sakes, but I hope other people can learn from it and also be able to go, she did it, I can do it. Like, she did this alone. She is totally fine. She's living the best life she can, and I can do that too. There's a lot of changes that are going to be made in my life in the next couple months that are very drastic. I just want people to watch my videos from afar and be like, whoa, like, she really did that. Like, that's inspirational. A true bad bitch isn't someone with slutty clothes and some followers on Instagram. A true bad bitch is someone who can pull themselves through pregnancy, pull themselves through financial burdens, pull themselves through heartbreak, and still be here to talk about it and be there for their family and their kid. That is the true definition of a bad bitch. So if you are alone right now and you're watching this and you're pregnant, or this has happened to you, just realize that this is only temporary. Heartbreak is temporary, but herpes is for life.
Herpes is incurable.
Also, I would suggest doing face masks. Like I said, I got this new like face oil recently that works wonders on your skin. Like, what is this? Skin looks great, basically. Like I said, I dyed my hair. My mom's always painting my toenails for me. Just try to remind yourself that you're not ugly, even though you feel ugly right now. And what's ugly is someone's behavior if they don't want to be a part of your kid's life. Having sex with random people, that's ugly. That's ugly behavior. Be powerful and do what makes you happy. Write out your goals, clean out your closet, just clean up your life. So this is my last question, which I kind of just answered anyways. It says, what helps you relax in general? I can't get in hot tubs, I can't take baths, so that's not really something you should do to relax during pregnancy. But this person asked in general, watch some funny videos. I try to watch like funny videos that will get my mind off of things. Remind yourself the important things in life, like your family, your animals. Like, if you have all of those things, like clothes and clout and money, and none of that really matters because you don't take any of that to the grave with you. Life is all about just making memories. So something that does help me relax is planning for my future. I sit down a lot and I try to get stuff done. And I try to plan out what I'm going to do in the next couple months, what I'm going to do with my future and my life. That helps me to calm down because, like I said earlier in the video, I don't get very much sleep because I'll break up. Like, this happens in almost every breakup, but this one is particularly bad because your nightmares are really crazy when you're pregnant. Like, I always dream that I'm with the guy, I'm still with the guy, and we're doing things, and I wake up and it's like this empty, panicky feeling like, shit, I'm not, he has a new girlfriend. Like, it's really, really strange. Just try to keep yourself busy. That's the best way to cope. That's the best way to try to relax. Obviously, when I do my third trimester update, I'm going to post on Instagram so you guys will know when to ask me questions for that video. If you want to talk to me, I talk like this every day on, well, not every day. I go live 4 days a week on YouNow. So like I said, if you also want to keep up with my life, you should follow me on Instagram. I'm always posting really funny stories. I post on Twitter my innermost thoughts, so please follow me on Twitter. All of my links for everything are going to be in the description for this video. Also, I will be posting information about my baby shower if you live in the state I live in, and I will be posting information about my baby registry if you'd like to get me anything. I do have tons of videos planned for you guys in the next coming weeks, so hopefully you guys like them. Hopefully they're not as pathetic and boring as my aquarium video. Sorry if anyone did not like that. It was actually meant to be like a cute date at the aquarium video, but the baby daddy had a meltdown, and decided to stand outside in a sweater in 110-degree temperature. I don't know why, when he could have just acted normal inside the aquarium. Well, once again, he just didn't want to be around me. Like, all of that was just an act to get me out of his life. It worked. And the herpes really worked. Like, I really don't want to with you now. So that being said, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to leave a comment if you have anything you want to say. And I usually always respond to the comments unless there's something that isn't really respond worthy down there. Like, unless it's just like a statement or something. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!